All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Brandi Veil, and we are here on a part of a series that we're calling Wealth Mastery, Mastering Your Inner Wealth. And it brings me great honor to have teamed up with the best of the best in order to make sure that not only are we talking about our mindset, but we're also talking about mind, heart, and then the tactical principles of financial literacy. So, I'll give you a little background about my personal story before we begin. My mother raised three girls all by herself. My dad was there, not really in the picture, very busy people, and they taught me absolutely zero about money. And it's interesting because what ended up happening is I brought into my life a program of scarcity. And scarcity can be a disease. And unfortunately, for those of us, which is a majority of people out there these days, based on the classes of revenue and economics happening, that we've been somewhat pushed up into a bubble. And I got to tell you, you can pop the bubble. I figured it out. My beloved loves when I say that. No, at this time I have figured it out. I figured out that it's an inner working and an inner weaving, which means that you get to trust more and you get to rely on you and a higher level of consciousness seeking its way through you. Every single day we have an opportunity. Every single day we have an opportunity to grow. And if we push up on that back side of us and we fear and loathing in our own life, how am I going to pay the bills? Oh man, that's too much for me to spend today. Or I don't have enough knowledge, or that's not for me, that's for them. There's all these inner or internal monologues that we have been faced and pressed up on for so long. And so what we're doing on this program is that we are fully committed. Our entire team is fully committed on Mondays for Monday Mindset, on Wednesdays for Abundance and Wealth with Brandi Veil on LinkedIn. If you're an entrepreneur, make sure you find us. And then on Saturday, where we have a monthly masterclass that will tie everything that we're teaching into this masterclass. So I want to invite you to please sign up on the link. There's no reason because there's no reason that you can't afford this because no one is left behind. We've made it on a tier system to where the VIPs have this private Zoom call. And then on YouTube, right here, where you're seeing this right now, you can deep dive into some of the fundamentals. 4-part series, which will be live over the next month. Then it's going to be taken down. And once it's taken down, it will be put into a course. So be sure to sign up now and get all the bonuses. All right, enough of that. Let me give you today's study. So this video is all about wealth building mindset and financial literacy. The basic fundamentals about deep diving into the essentials of what it means to build generational wealth. And in order to do that, you must understand the basics, right? The instruments, the technologies of yesterday and the technologies of today, and better understanding of how to use them. So I want to share with you a very important piece to the puzzle. His name is RJ Ross. He is with Kingdom Builders and Kingdom Community. I might have gotten that incorrect, but I'll let him talk a little bit towards it. He is helping structure communities to empower you, your life, not only by yourself, but with others. So I want to bring him on right now and have RJ speak a little bit about what he is bringing through this Wealth Mastery program. Hi, RJ, how you doing?
I'm doing unbelievable, Brandy. How are you doing?
I love that flag. Is that new?
Uh, it was so, yes, it is new. It was something that we released for our executives today, just because, right, we really feel like what we're doing for people. Like people are always like, "Man, RJ, what do you guys do?" Uh, and they expect us to say we do finance or whatever stuff like that and money. But what I really feel like we're doing is we're fighting for America's freedom, right? We're
Wow.
hoping for that freedom of the entrepreneur, right? Because not to get too political here, but I don't believe that either party really has America's best interest. I really do believe it's down to each and every person, an entrepreneur out there, deciding and making a choice to make a difference. And that not everyone has to be an entrepreneur, right? But I think everyone needs to have an entrepreneurial mindset, the mindset of a leader, right? And the mindset of a leader and entrepreneur is that they're going to just take personal responsibility and personal what's the word I'm looking for? Just ownership, right? And that ownership first starts with your finance.
Yeah. And that's where I was going to be with you is it's not one, it's many.
Yes.
Because the unity codes, and I'll explain what that means, but it's one, but it's one to many, which gives us the right to have more power. And so what I hear you saying is, we have to take back our rights of passage. I believe that wealth is truly a force of good. It's money is love. I will say that all day long. Money is love. Money is power. Money is currency that moves and flows through us. That's the affirmation, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
speak a little more about so here we are, we're in North America, we're in America. We know that we have some transitions that are going to happen. We can make this as evergreen as possible, but tell me a little bit more about this campaign that you're running that's saluting us right now to make the power move forward
Yeah.
in a
You
positive
know,
way.
it's just this idea of self-sovereignty, right? Like think about it. This amazing nation like was started over 200 years ago, right? And let's like really think about it. Like most of the people back then were either business owners or self-employed, right?
Mm,
But and I would say I would maybe make the argument for like let's just say 90% of them, right? And 10% were employees or slaves and stuff like that, right? And I'm not saying that back then they didn't have their issues. They clearly did, but what I think they really had on point was this idea of self-sovereignty, right? And this idea of being able to rely on oneself, right? And
mm,
just this idea of this entrepreneurial mindset of not being offended when people say Merry Christmas to you, right? Well, I'm Jewish. Awesome. You know what I'm really trying to say? I'm just trying to wish you happy holidays or, right? There's just so many different things out there in this world right now that are people getting uh offended by. And just this idea of self-sovereignty and this idea of entrepreneurship, like 90% were business owners back then, 10% employees, and then all of a sudden 200 years later, now it's flipped, right? Now it's 10% are business owners, right? We actually call them the 1%, the wealthy and the affluent, right? And the rest of them are employees. And I'm not saying it's bad to be an employee. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that everyone needs to have this entrepreneurial mindset or this leadership mindset, and that's how we really make sure that this country is saved and stuff like that. So, and I just agree with you. I think wealth is a birthright, but it's a birthright that we've forgotten. So yeah,
yeah. And let's just take the veil, no pun intended.
that was funny.
Let's lift the veil. I know, isn't that funny how your last name could really, I mean, it's all right there. It's all right there.
Yeah.
If we were to tap into that ethereal realm, we know that we are unlimited, right?
Yes.
And we know that we have the unlimited supply of intelligence. Just think about this. These words are powerful. Not only are we teaching you about wealth mastery or wealth mindset, but we're shifting the consciousness of how you use words and terminologies. Our entire month is about shifting the consciousness around money and finance. Yeah.
Definitely.
And so as we start to build into that right now, we get to ask and it is given. We get to ask in our daily routines with our affirmations, our words, our communications, our common unity. If you notice who you hang out with, if you're listening to this right now, if you notice who you hang out with and what they're saying and how they're responding to what you say, what is being said? Is it poverty mindset? Is it prosperity mindset? Is it active communication or community, right? Common unity. So all of these tools that I'm sharing right now will be embodied in the Wealth Mastery 20 Steps to Mastering Your Mindset. That's a free ebook that will come down the line. So if you're part of this group and this community, you'll be able to have that presentation. Over the weekend, are we doing one mastermind? I have to get clear with this. One mastermind a
I
month? Are we doing? I mean, I know we're so happy. We have so much information, but we have to be clear. Like, is it one mastermind we build up and we have everybody come to the one mastermind?
Yeah, so I have to apologize to Brandy's Wealth Mastery group, right? We had a slight hiccup the other day. And this is how you know it's good, right? Because you see, this is also part of the mindset thing that we're really trying to teach people that when something bad happens or anything happens, it's not to you, it's for you, right? So when our internet, for some reason, this is a shout out to Irvine Spectrum or Spectrum Internet, they shut down and they interrupted the middle of our class. And big shout out to my CTO, Adam Sakus, for trying to fix it, right? He's an amazing guy. But rather than being like, oh man, we had like 30 people in the waiting room and then all of a sudden it gets shut down, right? I just think it happens to us, right? Or happens for us, rather. So I'm just like, man, this is going to be the greatest class ever. So on Wednesday at 12 p.m. PST, we're having the class about taxes, right? And just like, I guarantee if someone comes to this class and they know absolutely nothing about taxes, by the end of the class, they'll save $25,000 on this year's tax return, right? And then on Saturday, my really good friend and business partner, Adam, is going to talk about how you can leverage debt to build wealth, right? And that's from 11:30 PST. So the tax one was supposed to be last Saturday, but obviously we had that technical difficulty, so we had to move it to this Wednesday, and that was the only day we had available. And this is all culminating with an in-depth and this is the one I'm most excited about, is our in-person in Marina Del Rey, right, on February 22nd. Because that one, yes, we're going to talk a little bit about tactics, but what I love about partnering up with Brandi is we're going to talk about the mindset part. And my team and I can talk tactics until we're blue in our face, but if we don't help with that mindset, none of it's going to matter, right? So that's culminating on our February 22nd day, I believe, at starting at 10 a.m.
Yes, and so what we get to do right now, and by the way, the events that I host, because I bring a holistic practice to the table, we do breath work, we do a little bit of stretch and yoga to get into our bodies, and then we do clearing. We write out all of our challenges that are holding us back to fundamentally going to the next level. Because no matter if you are six figures right now, you still probably want to accelerate and grow your impact in the world. So we get to bridge that into the next timeline. And I show you how to do that through doing tapping and stretching and chanting, all these fun things that most people I've never heard of doing this during wealth building classes. So I think I'm probably the top tier percentage. And then we're going to go and have a sound bath too. So sound bath, why sound bath? Why money conversation? Again, if we get past the physical form and we go into the ethereal form, we can start to retrain the brain, remove the energetic blockages, the fears, the doubts, the worries on a cellular level. I mean, this is why we call it wealth mastery. It's not just, hey, we're going to go and use our frontal cortex. I'm going to teach you about the brain. I'm going to teach you about the occipital lobe, the amygdala, the area of fear, where it sits, and how to get out of that. And if you haven't meditated before, I'm going to teach you how to do it within 6 seconds. Mark my words, it works. All right. So with that being said, we're just about 15 minutes on these acceleration meetings on Monday. So Monday Mindset is all about 30 minutes acceleration. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're getting the 15 minutes right now. But on the other side is where the VIPs have registered and they are receiving our emails and our private Zoom, where we're going to go deep into a portion of what we'll learn in the masterclass. sampling,
Yes.
budgeting, saving, investing, debt management, understanding financial products, financial planning. I mean, this is way too much to get in 15 minutes, but you got to understand this is the introduction where you get to commit. That's what it takes. That's it. Nobody else can do it but you. I had to commit. The invitation's yours now. All right. Any final last words for our YouTubers?
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you guys both on our Wednesday class, right? Especially if you're a small business owner. I know sometimes we get caught up with our clients and stuff like that, but trust me, this Wednesday one, we built it specifically for you. And then if you have debt or just want to get rid of debt or just want to learn how to build wealth faster, the Saturday class is for you. And then if you can just hear the sound of my voice, what Brandi and I have planned for the 22nd is freaking amazing, right? It's a beautiful location. So hope to see you guys there and looking forward to doing this with you, Brandi.
Yes, thank you. And if you're watching this after the 20, it's the 22nd because it's on 222. I did that on purpose in case you like angel numbers. If you're watching this after the fact, you will still have an opportunity to watch all the videos. We have left nothing off the table. We are going to make sure that you are knowledgeable to move forward in your generational wealth process. And until next time, join us again Monday next week to see us on this first 15 minutes and register for the rest of the program. Thank you. We'll see you on the inside. Everybody else, stay put and